Leonard has left the road trip with an apparent left knee injury. I'm Adam Osland. What does it all mean? How concerned should you be? We're going to talk about it here on Clippers Talk.
Here we go, Clips fans.
Clippers Talk with Adam Osland. After every game, download every pod. Clippers Talk's the name. He's a basketball talking golden god.
New episodes after every game on demand.
Follow Clippers Talk wherever you get your podcasts. Clippers.
Welcome into the show. If you guys can hear me, you may know this is the third take. Oh, I see Mio. He was able to respond in here. It's working now. Holy. Okay, I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to drop an F-bomb. But F it, we're going to do it live. Coming up here on the show. I'm so frustrated. Tomer Azarli will be here. That will put me in a better mood. But for the third time, because Restream was being a problem, so I had to reset the computer. Maybe it was on my end. I don't think it was. I'm sorry, Raymond. I'm killing you. Adam padding his streaming stats? Not really, because I deleted the other videos, so they don't exist now, even though this is the third time I've tried this one. Let's talk about it. Chris Haynes tweeted out earlier today at 8:24 a.m., quote, Los Angeles Clippers star Kawhi Leonard, who's having a career year, is dealing with left knee irritation and is being sent home from the road trip for treatment. League sources tell NBA on Prime, NBA TV. He'll be evaluated once the team returns Wednesday, unquote. Speaking of irritated, look at me. 4 minutes later, Chris Haynes said, quote, Kawhi Leonard sustained a contusion a week ago and has been dealing with some soreness since. It's not seen as anything serious. Again, it's not seen as serious. We had already found out on Friday that he sustained that left knee contusion that he's dealing with. The reason he's being sent home because it's now left knee irritation. On Friday, we found out that it happened a week before in the final game of the last road trip in Detroit when they came back by 19 points in that game to get the victory. Well, Friday night without Kawhi Leonard, they had their best victory of the season in Toronto, where the Clippers miraculously pulled off a spectacular win without him, without John Collins, without DJ, without Bogdan Bogdanovic. Just couldn't be more impressed with this Clippers team right now. But this is concerning. Every time things are going well, we get some bad news like this. How concerning, though? For me, relatively low level of concern with this particular update about Kawhi Leonard and his left knee. So this is the important part here. It's his left knee. The surgeries, the quadriceps injury going back to San Antonio, the ACL, the meniscus, all that happened on his right knee. The swelling late in 2024, all that happened on his right knee. I say late in 2024, right before the playoffs and the series against the Dallas Mavericks. This is his left knee. And by the way, if it started off a left knee contusion, going back to that last game in Detroit of the last road trip, that means he already played on it multiple times and played well when they were back at Intuit Dome, getting a couple of big victories. I know one of them was against the Wizards and the other against the Charlotte Hornets. That's okay. Kawhi looked good. So my takeaway from this, I'm not overly concerned. He's already played through it. He's played well. And Chris Haynes in the report stresses it's not seen as anything serious. If it was his right knee, I'd be more concerned right now. But this is left knee contusion. You know what a contusion is? A bruise. Now, it does say left knee irritation now. It could be from the bruise. Maybe it hasn't gotten better because he's been playing on it, and the Clippers felt like we should give him a little bit of time off. Well, with them still being on the road trip and Kawhi now being sent home back to Los Angeles, not playing in the back-to-back Monday, tomorrow on MLK Day in DC against the Wizards, and then Tuesday in Chicago, that means the soonest he could play is back in Los Angeles against the Lakers on Thursday night. That would mean he would have gotten over a week off from playing. Maybe this was the plan all along. Maybe this team is just being extra cautious because he had been playing so much. Maybe my cat is freaking out because everybody else was. when they saw this news a little bit earlier today. This is not DEFCON 2 levels. This is not very concerning. I know you feel like you've been burned before, PTSD, Kawhi injuries, the injury report, all that stuff. I know. But if we take it at face value, it's his left knee. It was a contusion originally. Now they're saying irritation. But look at the games he's missing right now and the quality of competition. Perhaps they felt like there was a lull in the schedule for Kawhi to get a week off after playing a substantial amount of basketball and playing some of his best basketball since the 2023-24 season, you could say. Here's a theory I'm going to throw out there before we're joined by Tomer Azarli. Kawhi Leonard, it appears, had an event in Toronto for the Boys and Girls Club, I think it was. He had an event there. There were pictures. Maybe that's why he joined the trip. Maybe they knew there was a slim chance he'd be able to play, but he wanted to be there for the event. He wanted to be in Toronto. Now he's back in LA. Maybe it was always a very small chance he was going to play on this road trip. But his commitment to the event made him have to go to Toronto for that. You can see the pictures out there with him smiling. Just a theory. No intel on that. But it is the lighter part of the schedule right now. And again, he's already played through it. He's played well. Maybe this is something where they're just giving him extra rest. Again, the usual knee injury is to his right knee. That's the surgically repaired ACL, meniscus, quadriceps injury, the swelling he had. All those injuries were to his right knee. This is apparently a left knee contusion. They're now saying irritation, but they're also saying not overly concerned. That's the report. So if you go off of the report, I know some of you want to freak out, but Chris Haynes said, quote, "It's not seen as anything serious." Mio likes my theory. Kawhi had an event in Toronto. So maybe he was on the trip for that. They thought there's a possibility he could play. Then they got the win in Toronto. Hey, we can give Kawhi a little bit more rest. He's been playing a ton. He's been playing great. Why don't we send him back home? He can go get treatment. We got a back-to-back, 2 winnable games. We can get by without him. There's no reason the Clippers can't get at least one of the next 2 games without Kawhi Leonard after what we just saw in Toronto. Right? Right? Does that make sense? Is that fair? Is that crazy? It's just speculation. I don't know. What I do know is it's his left knee, not his right. If you want to say, well, maybe he's overcompensating now. Maybe. But if it started with a left knee contusion, that is a bruise. I'm not overly concerned about that. Doesn't say sprain, doesn't say anything else. A contusion is a bruise. Then irritation. Okay. So some are saying in here, Alex Webb said, yeah, I don't buy the Clippers report. They said ankle sprain with no whiff of a knee problem until it randomly popped up yesterday before tip-off. You mean Friday before tip-off? I can understand that frustration. We all thought it was just the right ankle still that he had been playing through, and then we found out there was a knee contusion going back to the game in Detroit on the last road trip, the final game of that road trip. So that's fair. We didn't know about the right knee going on. Maybe because it was so minuscule, they didn't feel like they needed to report it. It was really the ankle that was keeping him out. It wasn't anything to be concerned about. And it sounds like it's still nothing to be concerned about. So that was something he sustained the Saturday before. So a week ago from yesterday when they were in Detroit and they had that 19-point comeback against a depleted Pistons team. That's what I'm going with. Tomer Azarli is going to join the show. in just a little bit. We'll get his opinion on it. But I'm just connecting dots. Kawhi had an event in Toronto. He wasn't going to miss that probably. So he went on the trip initially. Then they get that win in Toronto. Lesser competition coming up on the schedule. Why not give Kawhi a full 8 days off before he plays again? If he doesn't play against the Lakers, I'd be more concerned. I'll put it like that. If he doesn't play on Thursday against the Lakers, I'd be more concerned. But this is what we know right now. And I think there's reason to believe, because it's not his surgically repaired right knee, because the report from Chris Haynes, because it was listed as a contusion originally, which is a bruise, that, quote, like Chris Haynes said, quote, it's not seen as anything serious, unquote. If he's not back for the Lakers game, my level of concern will go up, of course. He's also been playing a ton lately at a very high level. He has scored 20 or more in 22 straight games. And his last game out was against the Wizards, who they are playing tomorrow on MLK Day. Excuse me. Yes, against the Wizards last Wednesday. And Kawhi in that game, playing through this injury, had 33 points in 30 minutes. 7 of 11 from 3. Tied a career high with 7 made 3-pointers. So, looked pretty good. And was still dealing with the right ankle injury. This could be a way for him to heal up fully with both injuries after playing a long consecutive amount of string of games. And that's all it is. Why can't it be that? Hip to clip. He seems to buy in. We're obviously resting him to beat the Lakers on Thursday. I hate the Lakers. Waiting for Tomer Azarli here. If you want to say no Kawhi injury is minuscule, okay, that's fair. I mean, you could say he wasn't moving great, the same since that ankle tweak, but he's still moving pretty well. So if you can give him 8 days off between games, his last game was Wednesday. The Lakers game is this upcoming Thursday. Not the worst thing in the world. A full week off. Jesus Rodriguez wants to speculate. Could years of having issue with his right knee have forced him to overcompensate? I already brought this up. Why? Why do you? I mean, Kawhi is aware of not trying to overcompensate. He has talked about this before. Sure, it could be, or he could have just got hit in the knee because it was called a knee contusion. It's a bruise. That could be a very deep bruise and painful to play on, and that it might not have been getting better because he kept playing through it. And he had the ankle injury too. But I don't think we need rampant speculation here. You just don't. Don't catastrophize things. Kawhi doesn't do that. I'm not saying I don't understand the frustration, sports guru. I understand it. But until we know otherwise, I'm not just going to throw out all these theories and speculate and turn this into something that's being blown out of proportion. The young guys are balling. Alex Webb. We got a double big lineup that worked with Ivica Zubats and Brook Lopez. I was wrong. Initially, I thought they went negative. I know Brook and Yannick were a minus in that game in the win in Toronto. But Brook next to Ivica Zubats actually ended up being a +6. Lopez next to Yannick, a -11. So a lot of positives going on. You don't want to lose any momentum. You don't want to be too worried or freaking out because it's Kawhi and it's a knee issue. If the knee issue is a contusion, I ain't worried about it. He's already played through it. If it happened, last Saturday, a week before yesterday, and he already played 2 games off of it and played well. I say get ready for the Lakers game. Give him some time to get the right ankle right, to get the left knee right, and this Clippers team can keep rolling here. Waiting for Tomer Azarli. I think I made sure to send him the link here. Did I give it to the right email? Yeah, I think so. Didn't get sent back to me. Just want to get somebody else's opinion here, but I'll take your guys' thoughts from the chat. Harden seems to play with more energy when he's out there with the young guys. Maybe. What Harden did at the end of that game into overtime was heroic. 8 straight points when they were down 8 with 3:35 left in Toronto. Best win of the season. And then he extended it to 12 straight points as he scored the first 4 of overtime, too. For him to turn around the bad game he was having into that, incredible. JC said, I'm just bummed, Adam. I have good tickets for the Wizards game tomorrow since I live in Maryland. I understand. But if you're an NBA fan at this point, it's got to be buyer beware whenever you get tickets to a game. You're not guaranteed everyone playing. It sucks, though. I totally get it. You want to see Kawhi. Hopefully you still see a Clippers win. What do I think the Clippers will do with Kawhi in the summer of 2027? I don't know, man. We're a year and a half away. Alex Webb, did you see Harden pull Zubats to the bench to rest at the end of the game? Yeah. Ivica Zubats was high-fiving and stuff, and James Harden pulled him next to him on the bench. That was a great moment. Let me see if I can find it here. I want to show you guys that if you hadn't seen it. Harden's leadership has been great. He's been amazing for Ivica Zubats. If you heard both of them on with Lauren Rosen post-game, Zubats gave him a ton of credit for helping him as a player. Let me see. I have that for you right here.
About each other. Zoo, what's it been like to be James Harden's teammate this year?
I've been playing my best basketball ever since he got here. For a big, there's no better point guard to play with, so I'm just playing off of him, reading him, trying to help him out, and I know if I do everything right, he's going to find me, so I'm really enjoying it.
James, how has his game grown since the two of you have been playing together?
Our communication, game by game, possession by possession. He does an unbelievable job defensively, rebounding the basketball, having my back. So my job offensively is to make sure I can get him as many easy looks as we can. But it's been a fun process, and we're still growing. So that's the beautiful thing about it.
I thought it was probably Zubats' best game from an energy standpoint. I guess there's a big Croatian community in Canada, so he was playing in front of his people. Sometimes that can help. A little extra motivation out there. But he was great and played big minutes after he missed the game on Wednesday against the Wizards. Let me see if I can find the clip that you were talking about alluding to with, there, I got it, with James Harden pulling him back to the bench here. This is just a humorous little clip. I didn't notice this during the game. Watch Ivica Zubats talking with Dante Jones, and then watch James Harden here.
Well, Toronto with big decisions right now. With 7 seconds, I'm not sure you could play it, Brian, where you try to get a 2 and foul at it. Toronto with big decisions right now. With 7 seconds, I'm not sure you could play it, Brian, where you try to get a 2 and foul.
Pretty great. These guys like each other. For everyone said they were going to give up on the season. They'd quit on Coach Lou. None of that stuff turned out to be true. None of it. Guess I misinterpreted what Tomer was saying. But I think he will join a little bit here. Some of you guys caught that during the broadcast. I missed it. But again, the double big lineup, a revelation. If you want to hear from Coach Lou about that, it was really a kitchen sink approach with how many guys were out for the Clippers in Toronto. And Toronto's kind of a unique team in a lot of ways. Got to give Coach Lou a ton of credit for all the different lineups he tried and how successful most of them were. Here's what he said post game about the Twin Towers or the two towers, the double big, however you want to put it.
We had some different combinations on the floor, just kind of wanted to get to our proper spacing. But I thought the Zoo and Brook combination was really good for us. The double twin towers, we switched 1 through 5. They clogged the paint up, was able to protect the rim, but also rebound the ball as well. So you're just kind of looking for combinations, in these type of games when they had a lot of speed, a lot of pace, and we was able to figure it out.
Coach, just regarding the twin tower that you used, is this something you're gonna explore later? I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just something that we just try to find tonight just to give us some momentum. And I thought Brook and Zoo together was huge. I thought they really did a good job of just talking, communicating, and then a big Zoo catching in the pocket, 7 foot to a 7'2" guy, shoots a 3 in the corner. That was huge as well. So just, our team just staying with it, just having positive energy, and understanding we're still fighting. We're still competing every single night. And I give those guys a lot of credit in the locker room.
Still fighting, still competing. This team never quit on the season. All that talk was false. Lawrence Frank came out and said, if I'm wrong, then, and this group can't figure it out, then we'll make aggressive moves. Looks like they're figuring it out. They've won 12 of 14. They've won 5 straight. They are the hottest team in the league currently, your Los Angeles Clippers. And the young guys who are stepping up, none of this, and standing out, none of this happens if it wasn't for the turmoil to start the season, them being 6-21, the injuries going on. We're not seeing the growth from the young guys without all that. If this team was fully healthy, it was unlikely they were going to get many minutes. Now, Kobe Sanders was early on, which was an interesting wrinkle, but Jordan Miller, Yannick, Cam Christie had 9 points in the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter against Toronto. Ty Washington getting run and hitting a big three-pointer. Also had a big block chase down. I know they got the bucket anyways, but that was an impressive play. So maybe the basketball gods are looking out a little bit for this Clippers team. I did see this from Justin Rousseau, Raymond, and it's a good point. Quote, it is something to note that 60% of the Clippers opening day starting lineup is now out, and here they are, somehow winners of 12 of their last 14 games. And that last game, something could be born out of that. That could catapult you forward the rest of the season. Because now the Clippers, they've had a 19-point comeback. They just had a 14-point comeback without Kawhi, without John Collins, without Bogey, without DJ. That belief is going to be there even more so whenever they're down in games, and guys are trusting each other more, even trusting the young guys. Kickouts to young guys. Jordan Miller, huge three-pointer in overtime. And that game on Friday night, the Clippers got 56 points from Kobe Sanders, Jordan Miller, Yannick Conan Niederhauser, Cam Christie, and Ty Washington. They got 56 points combined from those guys. Stepping up, showing out. The stay ready Clippers are still here. So I know a lot of people who gave up on the season or gave up on this team or were saying blow it up. They aren't saying that now. Now they're, bite my nipple. Get off me. Tuca obviously expressing her frustration with the Kawhi news earlier today and taking it out on me. We don't know. Kawhi will be reevaluated on Wednesday. If he's not back for the Lakers game, that would give me cause for concern. At this point, my concern level, pretty minimum. Left knee contusion that he already played 2 games through, and it's the left knee. It's not the surgically repaired right knee that has given him all the trouble. The right leg, really, over the years. Yeah, that assist from Zubats to Brooke Lopez for a 3-pointer. Wild. Wild to see. Love hurts. Oh, man. Tuca was trying to nurse on me or something. She's a year old. No, she was biting. That was a cat fetish thing going on there. She's trouble always. One of those cats that just wants to play all the time. Oh, let's see. Zach Lowe, recent pod with Tim Legler, picked Clippers as most disappointing team, even amidst the winning streak. You think that's fair? I mean, they're still 18-23, so maybe. Considering, you see that? She just climbed up the chair. Considering they never should have been 6-21. Even with the injuries going on, there was never enough for them to be that bad. But you take whatever was happening behind the scenes, locker room stuff, everything that happened with CP3, there was just the Clippers losing so many close games. They went from a team who looked like they've forgotten how to win to now they've forgotten how to lose. That's quite the turnaround. And look at this cut on my leg now. Love hurts all right. So it was just a lot of different factors and things going against them, including them not playing well enough early in the season. They simplified the defense some. They got a little bit healthier. Kawhi got on this crazy run. John Collins woke up. Their shooting numbers and shooting variance started to go in their favor. And now they feel like they're never out of it. You come back down 19 and back down 14. Oh, God. You guys still got me? This is the wildest episode. So Shadow was sitting behind the computer on a little cat couch, and she just fell off the table and took the webcam with her. It's just Tomera's not coming on. This is the third time I had to restart the episode. It's just one of those days. I don't know. I can't catch a break. Maybe it's appropriate with the Kawhi news. Was Adam murdered? People are asking. Okay, so John Collins is not on the injury report. Here's who's out tomorrow: Bradley Beal, Bogdan, Derek Jones Jr., Kawhi, Chris Paul, of course. Nobody else is even listed as questionable. I expect John Collins to play. Coach Lou said post-game Friday night that they were just being overly cautious with him, that he was feeling good, but they felt like they could give him a couple more days with the groin issue. So I'm expecting JC to be playing and that not to be anything serious either. But it's worth monitoring because groin issues, it's tough to manage. Those injuries can be tricky. You could exacerbate them, especially with the energy and athleticism he plays with. But yeah, as of now, John Collins is good to go. Again, nobody else is even questionable or probable. So it's just guys that are out. And they just beat Washington. Alex Sarr got kicked out of that game. Remember, he got that second technical. It's an automatic one when you throw the ball down. He's going to be out for blood. Sarr's revenge could happen tomorrow. He's coming for the Clippers. No doubt about that. MLK Day, early start. Game could be tricky. Clippers have to start fast. It's one of those games where, they're going to need the young guys even more so if this is a low energy start for this Clippers team. The young guys have helped with that. And I'm proud of all of them. The stretch Jordan Miller has been on. All of a sudden, Cam Christie comes up huge Friday night. Now we'll see how many minutes Ty Washington gets after I thought he played well overall in limited time Friday night. Are they going to run more of Ivica Zubac and Brooke Lopez? Who knows? That could have been a one-time thing, but I doubt it. I bet he tries it at some point. I don't know if it's happening tomorrow, but Can they play all three centers like they were able to Friday night? So the Clippers truly exhausting all options to try to keep this going. Hottest team in the NBA. They've won 5 straight. I think Denver plays tonight, and if they win, they can get to 5 straight too. But at worst, the Clippers are tied for the longest winning streak in the NBA currently. But they've won 10 of 12 overall. Nobody else has done that. It's just this season is another lesson in this team and just not to give up on them. Things were at their worst, 6-21. You just don't give up on this team. So maybe that's part of the reason I'm also more hopeful with this Kawhi injury. They don't need to push him right now. They've already been turning things around. Yes, they need to keep it going. They're still 18-23. But if you can give Kawhi a week off before he plays again, dealing with the right ankle and the left knee contusion, just being banged up out there, you do so. This is the time. And then you keep pushing. And with the young guys playing the way they are, it makes you feel more confident that you can give Kawhi rest. So, again, the most important thing we got from Chris Haynes was, quote, it's not seen as anything serious regarding Kawhi and the left knee contusion that he sustained over a week ago and played through it. But now could be an opportunity to get some rest. I mean, it's a lesson to get younger. Everybody wants to get younger, but are those young guys going to perform? It's not like young guys haven't had opportunities the last 2 years. Jordan Miller did last year, played well at first, and then he was going left. Russell Westbrook ripped him in Denver, and it just seemed like it took away his confidence. The year before that, Kobe Brown got run. So they've given guys chances here and there. You got to perform. They are right now. It's a two-way street. Yeah, MLK Day in the NBA is special. Clippers being in DC for that. Taking on the Wizards, place where they came back down 35 a few years ago. That was against Washington, right? Luke Kennard. All right. No Tomer. Make sure to give him some crap for me on X at Tomer Azarly. But I gave you my theory at the very beginning of what happened here with Kawhi in the left knee and why I'm not worrying too much. It is not DEFCON 1, not 2, not 3. I don't know how many levels there are. I have a small level of concern. And if he's not back for the Lakers game on Thursday, then I'd be more concerned. Yes, I think the Clippers can win in Washington. Let's start with that, but the next 2 games are winnable without Kawhi. Just keep building, keep trusting, keep believing in the young guys. This team is on a really special turnaround right now, but they are in the midst of turning it around. There's still 5 games under 500. There's so much work to be done. You cannot get complacent. But after what we saw Friday night, I don't expect that to happen. Team's in a really good place. Vibes are up. And that youthful exuberance can help that. Those young guys are playing for their NBA lives out there. I mean, Jordan Miller and Kobe Sanders are still on 2-way contracts. Ty's on a 2-way. I know it's obvious. A couple of them will be converted at some point, but they have a lot to prove. Some are saying Kawhi should sit out the Lakers game. They'll blow them out without Kawhi. I know the Lakers are playing bad, but they still have talent. They've been banged up too. It's still a big game. You really cannot let up. Keep pushing this thing. Get above 500 before the All-Star break. But they are in great shape. Since Coach Lou said the goal is to go 35-20 the rest of the way to get back to 500, they've won 12 of 14. Wow. A lot of different people have had their hand in this turnaround, but Coach Lou, I don't know if he's still, gotten enough credit yet, or especially a lot of people in the chat have gone after him and said the team quit on him. which clearly was not the case. But the players, they're the ones out there too, making things happen. It's a collective turnaround, and it's beautiful to watch. Just the vibes are up everywhere right now. Proud of this team. People are falling back in love with this Clippers team. They're giving them reasons to. We want to see them fight at the end of the day. Winning is not guaranteed, but you want to see them go out there and battle and fight and play as hard as they can with whoever is available. And that's what we're getting now. So Kawhi, rest up, get right, and the rest of the squad can still hold it down. They are capable. I'm Adam Osland. Talk to you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m., your pregame show. Clippers in D.C. taking on the Wizards. Love y'all. Talk to you then.